Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nuke here. I'm coming to you with a little delayed, but the Week 3 post commentary for Nuke of the Whales versus Romomo. Just to start out, I know that Romo is the top-ranked player right now. He's come through on a very aggressive play style. So my game plan going in is to try to win with good defense, really disciplined hitting. I know that he uses items very well, so my plan is to use items on defense to kind of limit his rebounding opportunities while giving myself fast breaks. And to play a very basic offense where I'm mostly trying to spam corners because that keeps my defenders back a little bit more and gives me a little bit better of a chance on defense. So as we pop into the first game here, we're going to see these beautiful cutscenes. And I think the first game's a little messed up because I've been working on my OBS settings, but hopefully everything should be set up now. So let's see. As we get into it, I also know that kickoffs are awful, and whenever I scrim with Romo, they are really bad. So I'll show you, and I'll try to point out my new kickoffs that I've been trying to do. But right there, Romo gets a free power shot. You can see immediately my strategy of I'm going to item every single time you're on offense or on just so I can deny those rebounding opportunities, and you see me just completely waste that fast break and give up the ball in the backfield. Give it up twice. Romo goes for his signature charge chip. Right there, again, I decide not to hit, and I get 2 items out of it, and so I'm able to burn and basically just burn 2 items and still have 2 reds. He somehow gets that mushroom to drop, and then again, I use those triple reds so late. But I use it here. This is a really good stunning opportunity here, although I know I said I wanted to go only for corners, and then just an unlucky bounce of the ball. I committed those bananas early. Romo tries now here to get a juke in the backfield, and I know he wants to dribble it back to that corner, and I'm just playing so undisciplined defense right now. Triple bombs there. I dodged the shell. I'm trying to get back into it, but Romo with good recognition, good pass, and item, and I'm just not prepared for that onslaught there. But you see, so there I'm trying to double juke, try to get to the corner, and get something going, but I don't get an item here. This is huge. A late hit from me causes a 2-on-1. Romo isn't able to lock it up. And then again, I know that those green shells are coming, so I try to jump it. I am able to successfully jump it, which is super cool. But he gets kind of the dinker, so now I'm just looking for the corner here, and I'm looking for that big red. But I see that he doubles, he brings Daisy, so I'm thinking that if I can just get, he has 2 defenders on me. And so again, I'm just trying to spam corners. I run it a little too far back, and then I commit that toe to getting the rebound, which puts me a little bit behind the 8 ball with the Daisy defense. So here I don't know. On Palace, I feel like I can let those go. I probably should hit there, but I'm freaking out a little bit. But there again, I'm just making sure I get my item so I can use that on defense. And I try to burn it. I burn it to the last second, which means now his toe's all the way down, meaning I should have a breakaway, but I'm just able to get that turnover, and I go for the pallet ship. He gets a double hit here, so this is a huge breakaway for him. I use those bombs just to kind of force the pass and force something there. I get the hit, so again, now I'm just trying to bring this into the middle. I've got the fast break, make him commit to something. I popped it over the right, and then beautifully timed perfect free shells by Romo there. He gets me, and then he gets the nice little pass. Romo's really good at that pass to item. I see those bombs coming, so I decided to hit instead of trying to avoid it. Right now, I know he's plays so aggressive, so I'm just trying to bait out a hit and get past, but I can't find it. And there he uses the item. I know it's coming, and I get around it, but not enough to keep mindful of the kind of rebound spot. There, I force out an item, which is really good, and so I'm thinking I just need to get another. I just need to get an item, because he's still got this big red shell, which can blow up. It's just so much area. There he goes for the fully charged stun, so I'll get a little lucky because I look like Romo's not too comfortable with stuns. I see I've got that toe down there, but I'm a little late getting to him. So I just trying to get it to the corner here and see if I can cause some havoc. I'm not really looking for a goal off that stun, but just to see if I can get an item. I do end up burning the item pretty poorly because I don't really get much out of it except the lab. I hitting because I know that Romo does that pass up to midfield and item, so again I'm trying to hit there every single time. Sometimes I just don't have the reaction speed, and Romo, really great at it, really great slide. He nails it. And I'm down big early, which is not where I wanted to be because I wanted to play this game very slowly. So I'm thinking I've got to race back into this and just start kind of getting a corner gambit to go. And so, I mean, if I'm going to get stuff to go, I need to get stuff like that to drop. So now, trying to hone on defense. If I can create a turnover, I really don't want to give up an item here because I'm thinking, yeah, if I get that pass and I can get a loop going, this is my way back into this game. So I kind of gave Romo a taste of his own medicine there with that pass to the one-on-one, and that just shows you kind of like how powerful not finishing an offense can be. So there, I'm looking for the corner again. I just need something. Then I just charge it a little bit too much. At this point, I chuck it out, kind of out of desperation. And I am able to zone him off of it. A really great movement there by Romo. And again, I just can't give up an item. I timed that, so I'm super late. I throw this because I just want to make sure. And then I miss that, and I think that is probably going to do it for me. Obviously, I still got plenty of time, but you can't really afford to miss tech when you're down this many goals. And then I'm just not able to get any of those rebounds to drop, and I'm forced to give up an item. A good trade from me there, and I'm just going to try to punt it. But Romo plays this really smartly. I'm not expecting this from Romo, but yeah, he's just going to hit a bunch. And I'm thinking at this point, yeah, I can't score enough, so let's just see if I can get something going for next game. 2 goals, 20 seconds. I mean, I've got the items, and now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe this is possible, especially with that backfield hit, and then if I can get this to go. But I just didn't have the angle, so I was hoping to get the rebound on that. Great clear there by Romo. I'm forced to burn those shells because if I get that to work, it goes so well for me. And then with 12 seconds left, I basically just need to get a lap going. And I was like, okay, if this corner drops, maybe I can do something. But yeah, basically after this, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't win. I'm just going to go for a slip fight. So yeah, there, my Achilles heel, you'll see a bunch, which is the backfield turnovers. Romo plays such an aggressive defense, and he's constantly sliding in. And if you're not careful, you'll just turn the ball over. And, I'm giving up 2, 3 free goals, and like in a 2-goal match, you just can't do that. So I'm trying to play this game slower. I'm trying to work rebounds in more often because if Romo's going to play this non-committal in-between defense, if you just play rebounds, if he doesn't commit to either player and tries to play the passing lane, you can kind of destroy him on rebounds. So I think that's what you'll start to see here. And I think off this kickoff in Game 2, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I go for this. He tries to play that shot a little non-committal. So I see that the toad is open right next to Critter. And I just pop a shot basically that acts as like a pass. So here now I'm feeling really good with the start. I've got a 2-on-1 and free shells. So I can basically throw these free shells and get a free slide shot. And I get so greedy because I'm thinking this is exactly how you need to beat a momentum player, which is just stuff them early. But here I'm still thinking, okay, I've got free shells. I can basically neutralize item advantage, but I don't. And so now I am on not even on half an item, and I just need to get something. So I just, again, chuck that down there, force him to use an item mark, get free hits. Now he's only got triple bombs, which are just such a bad item. So now we're kind of back in neutral. I see that toad down there, which, again, as I was saying, I just try to shoot it to him so he can get the rebound. I end up with 2 items off this. So again, now you're going to see me just burn that bomb, because now I down that toad, so I have a breakaway. I burned 2 items, but again, I'm just going to take this corner. I've got the toad wide open there, and again, just too aggressive on the slide instead of going for the rebound and just waiting a little bit. So now, again, forced to give up 2 items to Romo. I time the hit a little poorly, but I see this wide open corner here. He's just going to give it to me. He throws the shells late to get the block, but now I have 2 bananas here. So again, I'm pretty safe to just walk that one in, and then I'm thinking about, let's see if I can just get this deep throw into the bananas, get a free corner, and boom. Really good recognition there by Romo. They get the hit off. Bring this down and get that crossing past Daisy. At this point, I saw too many laps going in the first game, so I'm not going to let that go. And then Romo's just going to kind of corner loop me. I'm forced to hit there again, give him 2 items, but I don't want to mess around with that anymore. So now I'm going to try to get this toad down here. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to see, I'm not going to waste any items. I'm not going to try to go for the goal. And there I fat finger that banana, and a great movement there by Romo. And again, he just, as I said, that's the pain of if you don't finish an offense, you give that one-on-one, and you give Romo such a clean look at a slide. And there I get burned for playing too aggressive on defense and leaving that Daisy wide open for the rebound. And now I'm thinking he's got 2 items. I'm looking for that shroom to come out, and I'm just looking for any kind of item here. But here I've still got a 2-on-2, so I'm just kind of jockeying this toad, making sure he can't really get into any good positions. There I don't want to punt it because he's got such a good item, but I just do a long pass, which is even worse. It ends up working out for me fine. Again, so I'm going to go for the stun. It falls yet again to Romo, which is a little frustrating. I would have liked a slightly better fall. And then he just hits I mean, that was a great palace level. There's nothing much you can do there. That was really good. So there, I guess there's good movement there. I don't expect that shell to come out from that Toad. I thought he was going to switch, but it ends up working out fine because I get this Euro off. I noticed that the Toad was down from the green shell, so he's probably going to be down there in a one-on-one in a good position. There again, I'm getting in that pass lane, and I'm thinking if I threw these bananas and I'm trying to aim them to the right towards the Toad to get the breakaway, they don't go the right direction, and then I still see the Peach up there for the fast break. Romo tries to short slide, pressure him enough to not let it hit it, but again, now you can see I'm starting to panic a little bit more. I throw off that like little half here knowing that those shells are going to come out almost immediately because he doesn't want to give up that free corner. I get Romo hit into the wall, and then I see that I've got a 2-on-1, so I said I've stopped kind of passing in those 2-on-1 situations and more shooting, forcing him to commit to something. So there, I get the hit at the very last second, just able to stop him from getting that shot in, and then all I want to do is just kind of pass around, force out an item, get a shot to drop. Now I burn those reds. I'm hoping that the reds would have hit all three, so I could have like stopped any labs, but the red just kind of drops into the middle of the, the goal, so a little frustrating. And then I meant to switch onto this Toad I'm on right now. Instead, I used the stream on the wrong one, so I'm forced into this like really weird situation. But the shell kind of like blocks some of Romo's vision and lets me kind of hit 2 into his defense. So here I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna hit the Toad into the fence there, get 2 items, shot and a hit. And this puts me in a really good position because I can trade with Romo and still have an item for offense. And I know that Peach is down there from being hit, and so I was trying to spam it so quickly to get it to the Peach. And eventually I do. And so I'm like, okay, Romo can't really do anything. He can't burn the bomb until super late. So I just go for this awful shot. Because even though I know it's coming, I don't really have anything. So now I'm like, okay, I've got a 2-on-1 again, so I'm going to try that same kind of 2-on-1 strategy. I get a double hit there. So he uses the bombs and he somehow gets 2. I get a small shell, and then I miss the hit there, but it gets me to avoid the blues. I misses the Palace Law. I almost turn the ball over in an awful position. And now I see I've got the Toad up there. And I'm just going to go for a stun here, just try to get myself some items. I get 1 item from that, so it's pretty solid, and then Romo gets triple red, so I'm thinking, okay, I have to have a good offensive possession here. So that's why, and I'm so worried about turning the ball over that I throw up that Euro thinking the triple reds are going to come out. They don't. Romo really smartly holds them there, and it gets him those 2 red greens, and this is going to spell the end of the downfall. I see that Toad running at the top right of the screen. I'm trying to punt it to him. I'm not able to get it to him. The amount of items flowing on the screen are just too much for me, and then with double triple reds, there is basically nothing I can do but lap off the kickoff. And Romo takes that game. So that game, I think I played a lot better there. Obviously, the scoreline reflected that. A couple item miscues, and a couple of I think Romo outpredicted me a couple times on items, especially you can see on that last one when I Euroed thinking that the triple reds are going to come. And I think I just need to kind of play around his items a little bit more. But generally, I mean, he's got such an explosive offense, so keeping him to 4 goals, I was pretty happy with. So thinking again, those gashing on the rebounds work. So again, I'm going to try this. You're going to see me again. I'm going to go to that left and try to read that Toad. He brings that Toad up, so I'm in this perfect 3-9 position. I slide instead of one tapping it, so not a great start for me. And then I give up this 1-on-2 because of that. And then I forced to give up triple reds again, so it's just all going downhill pretty fast. But I get the Euro off, and I'm going to burn the triple reds because I see that I have the 1-on-1, but the shell hits the ball. But then I get a little fortune back because the shell hits the ball for Romo. So I guess all's well that ends well. Romo hits me there, but I know I can just burn the bombs, and I'm happy to trade bombs and get another item because bombs are so bad. And I see I just got a wide open corner. I'm going to take it and just going to drop. I've got 2 items with 2 blues. I'm thinking this is a super strong position. All I've got to do is not let him get an item, and then I do. So that was a little frustrating, and so now I'm just trying to get another item to get something off. And I get a little half shot off, no item here. And beautiful Toad hit range there, really bailing me out. Romo tries to read me, but the reason it's just such a high risk, low reward read because you're still stuck on the fence. So I get the hit off, and then he gets Dinker number 1. Frustrating to see on Palace with the reason I go to Palace because I hate Dinkers. Again, you can see me. I'm just trying to get that corner and read the Toad that's by the keeper. There, I'm trying to hit him into the fence to give myself my own breakaway because I just haven't really been able to stop his set defense. Again, I stop and pop thinking the triple reds are going to come out. They don't. Romo's kind of got my number on that one. Or maybe he just likes to hold them for offense, like he's going to do right here, right? Which is pass to the Daisy, use the triple reds to clear so much space. I don't want to throw out those greens as a zoning shell. I'm just going to force him to make the slide, and Romo does. So, and then Romo throws those spinies so late, so it's so weird. His item timing, he loves to mix it up a lot. So there you're going to see me do my law pass across the backfield, and then just immediately lose the ball because I'm trying to read the up toad, and I just completely lose track of the defense. But now I've got this 2-on-1, so I'm trying to kind of force him to commit, and that's exactly what I was doing. I just took my time, forced him to commit to a play, and was able to get the slide there. Undisciplined hit gives him a free power shot and triple reds, which again is a little frustrating. And then a bad pass forces me to burn the bomb, and I'm just unable to get that rebound in. Then I'm just going to drop off knowing he basically has to take that lab. And if I can punt this ball down to the peach that I know is down here, and then I switch over to the shells, he avoids one of them, and I was thinking, like, I have 2 items, and I did not come out with a goal when I was such in a deep one-on-one territory. So a little frustrating, and then for him to come back and hit that, the perfect pass lab, but, it's still frustrating to see that drop, especially after I could have had such a better possession. So again, I'm just looking for an item here. I'm pressing a little bit, and kind of like I meant to only throw my items on defense like that there, and I blocked the pass lane with that shell, so I thought that was pretty good use of the shell, where it covered a lot of options. But here, so I'm trying to get that 1-2 to the toad. I'm forced to hit to kind of get my breakaway, but Romo decides to try to cover the down toad, so it gives me enough room for the corner. I burn that shroom super early because I know that the blues are coming out, and I want to force them out as early as possible so I can react to them. It works out for me because I get to pressure some of his tech. That's another thing. I'm thinking again, he's got such a good item. I need to have a good possession here. I need an item. I don't care about a goal. I just need an item. And I end up giving him one instead. So again, I'm hitting basically every second I can at the half field because I know that's exactly where he's going to item from. So I give up 2 items there. I know those reds are coming, but there's nothing I can really do about it except punt it. I don't want to punt it. Then I just kind of stack my toes there as much as I can. And so I freeze myself while I'm throwing my reds, which should have been basically a guaranteed goal. And instead, I lose the 2 best items of the game. I'm frustrated as hell. There's a first stun that I feel like gave me 2 items. So it kind of, it didn't end up horribly for me because you can see I'm already back to item advantage. But forced to burn that shroom, and still down a goal with a minute left. But I think if I still have a solid possession, I feel like I've been winning these possessions. I'm getting what I want. I just haven't been able to get stacked there. And again, with these zeros, I feel like I've been in such good rebounding opportunities and just haven't been able to put it away yet. So I'm thinking again, if I just play this slowly, force him to overcommit somewhere like that, and see if I can find a little bit of space. That's all I need to get this goal and then get item loop going for OT. But again, I lose the ball there because I've been struggling to create half field. And now I'm just going to pass around. I realize that I need a hit in the pass to break out of that animation. 30 seconds left. I'm starting to panic a little bit. I see the toad down there. I try to get the pass to him. I should have punted it instead. But now I'm getting past it. So the Romo is playing super aggressive right now. So I see the Euro and I see the shell. And yeah. Again, I've put myself in such good rebounding positions, but I'm just not able to finish. But now I'm thinking, okay, again, I've got a Daisy down there. I've got something. I just need to get it. And then once I get that first seek, I become an absolute fiend. And I lose the game. So, yeah, it was a 3-0 set. Really well played by Romo. I feel like I was pretty happy with how I played on defense, at least. I think only giving up 3, 4, and I think 4 goals and 3 goals to Romo was pretty solid. But just not able to capitalize on those rebounding opportunities and a couple of miscues, like freezing myself while using the reds. Just not capitalizing when I'm have those free one-on-ones, especially when they turn into a goal for Romo, because that's a 2-goal swing, and then I think these were 2 1-goal matches. So 1 2-goal swing in each of these matches, and all of a sudden I'm up 2-1. So shout out Romo. He's a really great player. Always takes a lot of effort and concentration to play against. And yeah, that's it. That's it for my MSL Week 3.